go. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Spark it up, Captain G3. Let's go. Oh. Lights pop on and the rhythm's tight. Got that green thumb boogie in the pale moonlight. Mixing up the soil, got the funk foundation. Junior dollar cultivation conversation. Shake that leaf, turn up the vibe. Grove talk, roof talk, keeping it live. From seed to sensation, no hesitation. We riding high, cultivation conversation. Drop that pH, raise that soul. Let the terps take control. Funky buds in every nation. Captain and G3, the cultivation station. Stay funky, stay green.
What is going on, everybody out there in podcast land? Happy Tuesday.
Hello, my darlings. I'm on the wrong side.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's fix that real quick.
I was going to have a panic attack.
We want everyone nice and comfortable here. You know what? It's funny. Like, I have a very, well, I'm left-handed. So, like, when I sit down at a dinner table, I'm always very conscious of, like, what side I'm on. I don't want to be on someone's, if I'm on their right side, that's going to mean we're bumping elbows all night. No good. Can't have that.
Takes two to tango.
So yeah, with me on the left here, that makes a little more sense.
Yep. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Damn it, I definitely got a lighter and now it's missing. All right,
Are you me?
No, seriously.
me?
I got up to get it. Do you remember me getting up to get it? I got up to go get it and it's not here. So either I jumped a timeline or ADHD has struck again. And it's probably like sitting in my refrigerator or something.
The latter on those choices. Go with the latter.
Probably the latter.
Though the Hadron Collider was turned off, you may notice.
Yeah, because they're trying to build a bigger one because they're fucking up the timelines. I'll be right back.
No worries. Yeah. No, I heard that happen the other day. It was like you may notice like certain memories coming back to you of a past existence that we're no longer a part of. I guess the previous timeline before it was turned on. I don't know. How's everyone doing tonight?
Can confirm last timeline was better.
Who do we have chilling with us? We got Budsy, Ohio. We got the Smoke Ring. Man, glad you're here tonight, dude. I think we're breaking into your place tonight. We got Ohio Autoflowers, Kush Cat Grow, Chris Bright, Cadron Boy.
Cadron Boy.
The Hadron Boy.
Not
Hadron. Not Cadron Boy. We got the Istig. A lot of familiar people. We love y'all. Welcome.
Hey,
Welcome.
gang. Thanks
What
so much
are you
for
smoking
being
on
here.
tonight? Post in the chat, please.
Yep. What you got?
So, before I let you know what I got, I wanted to just say, I saw Smoke Ring in here. We're probably going into his garden tonight. He's got some nice looking flowers posting up in the Discord. And I also finally got to make some chicken with his spice rub on it, man. And I just got to say, it was absolutely incredible. I've done it twice now since I was able to like break into it. I love it. So I've been putting those chicken thighs on the Weber kettle and just like, oh man, that crispy skin coming out. Perfect, man. So thank you so much for sending that. I was hoping that I'd be able to review your Griswold's Family Tree tonight too. I can't find it right now, dude. I looked all over before the show. I have a sneaking suspicion that my wife used it to make edibles.
They're gonna
What
be
the fuck you gonna
absolutely
do?
delicious and amazing.
I can tell you 100% the edibles are absolutely delicious, and they get you loaded. They do the trick, let me tell you.
I like that because it lasts longer.
You know what? I'm really coming around to the edibles. Like if you can get a consistent and like a good batch of them, that like we made this mango pineapple batch of gummies. Oh, they're like excellent. You can't really like strong batch too. So like this flavor combination, I'm finding like kind of cancels out that. I don't particularly like the taste of cannabis in my food. I don't know. Do you?
I feel like it's an acquired taste. I used to absolutely hate it, but I've grown accustomed
Yeah,
to it
like
and now it doesn't bother me. But it's not like I'm ever like, oh man, I really want something like infused
no,
because
yeah,
it
like I've
tastes delicious.
right. Isn't that funny? Like with all the delicious like terps and flavor compounds like in our favorite plant, like, I've still yet to find like a preparation method in food that makes me want to eat more of it. That I'm like, oh, that's a great flavor. Like, give me more of that. You're never gonna find like cannabis flavored potato chips. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not a good food taste.
I feel like there
Sorry.
are appropriate ways to infuse it. I don't feel like it naturally lends itself to sweet necessarily as much. Like I feel like it's easier for us to disguise things with sweet. It's more palatable to get something down faster if it's sweet. But I feel like I don't know, cooking like a good rotisserie chicken with like cannabis infused, put the leaves under the skin, like really go all out. I feel like that could be absolutely delicious.
Could be. I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with the smoke ring spice rub on my chicken. I'm not gonna be, you know, plucking leaves from the garden or anything. But hey,
Ooh,
you
we
do
could
you. I'm not gonna.
infuse smoke rings rub.
Eh,
Just add some keef in there.
right? Well, it might be worth trying. No, so yeah, man. I'm sorry that I don't have your Griswold's family tree. Hopefully, I find it. But again, I got a feeling that's what became of it. But let me just say, G3, on the edibles thing, I've been finding so many uses for these gummies since, like, again, we have a good batch of them. They're consistent, and it's summertime. Like I'm going out doing things, hanging out with family, friends, going doing activities where like I don't feel like taking a break to like smoke a bunch of weed. You know what I mean? Like,
Or where you're going may not be cannabis friendly or smoke
yeah,
friendly, or you
for
might not
sure.
be outside.
Exactly. And to be honest, instead of like bringing the vape cart, which is what I used to think was like your best non-cannabis friendly atmosphere to get high and to medicate in, like I used to think it was vape carts. Now I'm coming around to the gummies. I just think like eating a couple beforehand is just the way to go.
Yes, I love me a good like ratioed THC, CBD, CBG. Give me like 10 milligrams of each in a gummy, and I'm a happy girl. I know that's really low for a lot of people, but when it comes to edibles, I'm a lightweight. They knock me on my ass. But yes, like I love the ratioed stuff, the stuff that's not just straight THC.
Yeah,
So full
that's, I
spectrum.
mean, full spectrum definitely. And like,
Hmm.
I'm usually making, I have so much trim and like I've saved it all again. So like I have a lot of auto flowers that I'm using to make these gummies, and some that people send me get mixed up into the weed that's being designated to make this stuff with. But I always do find that the autoflower batches turn out just a little bit better. Maybe it's those different cannabinoids, like you're saying, a little bit more like fuller spectrum. CBDs, CBGs, that type of stuff.
Yeah. I really like things like Alabrije has a whole bunch of ratioed stuff that he's put out, and was it Hoku Seeds does a whole bunch of ratioed stuff. So those are so good for edibles.
For
I'm
sure.
telling you, that stuff is like the key. If you have ADHD, CBG is a gift. It is an absolute gift.
Yeah, yeah.
It helps so much with focus. It helps so much with like drive and motivation. It's just, oh my gosh, so much better. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you,
CBG,
if
add it to
you're
your
if
life.
you're into edibles, guys, try making a batch just specifically with your autoflowers. You might find that you like the effects of the edibles just a little bit better. No cap.
Interesting. All cap.
Yes, cap. All no cap. Or whatever you say, cap. So yeah, let's see what do we got. People smoking on tonight. We got some banana base camp. That sounds good.
Ooh.
Someone said Irie Maiden. Ooh, man, jelly. I'm jelly of that right there. You know me and my struggles getting another Irie Maiden up and running. I have to say though, very good customer service with Romulan Genetics. I took your advice, G3, and I messaged him, just, hey, man, wanted to just kind of give you like a heads up. Like, I loved Irie Maiden, grew a very nice plant of it, wanted to grow more, tried to pop the rest of my pack, and like the 4 beans out of 5 just failed, like what happened, right? Like, just didn't really say like what happened. It was just kind of
Right.
like, yeah,
It's
I
just like,
kind of
hey,
know
just
what
wanna let you
happened.
know.
It's on me. Like, I tried a bunch of different methods, just couldn't really get them up and running. I'm sure it was my, lack of mastery in the germination practices. Just like put it all on me. Just like, and he was really nice. Just, man, I'm sorry that happened. He actually told me to email like a separate, he gave me an email address to email. He said like, yeah, let this person at this email address know exactly what happened. And then yada, yada, yada ended up sending me 3 packs from the website. So, cause they don't have Irie Maiden in stock right now. So like he sent me, he was like, pick,
It's like you just let you
yeah.
pick 3. What'd you pick?
So I think he said pick 2, and then I was like, all right, I picked these 2, but like I really wish you had Irie Maiden because that's what I want. I love the plant. Really wished it worked. And he was like, I'll send you all 3. That's what happened. So he sent me 2 packs, and then he sent me I have like a 1-pack credit for I think in October when it comes back in stock. So like, yeah. Couldn't be happier with that. You know what I mean?
That's I mean, that's above and beyond.
I thought so too. And I got the what did I get from that? He sent me one called like it has a picture of a basketball player on it. I can't think of what it's called now. It's kind of like funny though. And then one called Turning Point. I got one of those growing upstairs with some garlic fevers right now. So, yeah, guys, again,
Exciting.
if you haven't heard of or checked out Romulan Genetics, highly recommended. It's not Gary Payton. No, it might be I suspect it is a cross of Gary Payton with Romulan though. And he like turned it into some kind of basketball player name. But yeah, that would make a lot of sense, right?
I know you just love, love, love his gear.
I honestly do. I honestly do.
I mean, chances are, like, a lot of times you kind of find your soul breeder, where you just love everything that they create, and just it grows well for you, and you just want all of their stuff. I know a lot of people who are like that with certain breeders out there.
Yeah, I think what it is that what's up? How you doing, Bandit? I think what it is that the Romulan cultivar is old school enough. Like I think it's Colombian crossed with Thai, crossed with Mexican, crossed with Afghani. It's just like a bunch of land races thrown together, and it was one of those first kind of breeding projects once people had acquired all of those different land races. And yeah, it was very old school, and what it does is it mixes really well with modern hybrids, and it kind of like brings out their best qualities while also adding like this old school quality to it with pine and like a frost layer. And I find it enhances the flower quality too. Like it's very much a flower smoker's cultivar.
Do you think she wouldn't wash well, or you just think she shines as flour and shouldn't be fucked with beyond that?
It depends on it. Like I would think it depends on what it's crossed into. Romulan itself, it probably wouldn't wash that great, to be honest. But then again, I don't know. All I can tell you is that it's a flower smoker's flower. It really is. And I find anything it touches kind of enhances its smokability qualities, which that's what I'm into. I'm into smoking. Speaking of which, it's been fucking 16 minutes before I've hit this thing. Not smoking Romulan in it tonight. I am smoking some of my local skunk crossed with AK-47.
Ooh, number
With
2.
that beautiful sticky notes on there from G3.
Yay!
Yeah, the number 2 variety is, she is fierce in both scent and effects.
She is. I liked her a lot.
Very much so. I think, like I've always said, it required a little bit extra curing than when I gave it to you. It was a little moist in the jar, but it happens, you know? Here,
It did not bother me even a little bit. She was spectacular.
check this out.
I could have left her to cure a little bit longer, but no, not gonna.
Right? No, it's
She's
good
so
enough.
pretty.
Right? Yeah, look at that. Oh, my Lord.
So
That's a-
hairy
that's a
too. Like, look at the
big
pistols on
bud.
that thing.
Big bud. And yeah, she just smells great. Like a cherry, skunky, nasty, fruity. Very cool. Very resiny. Very tacky kind of resin, you know?
She's like nose crinkling, but not offensive. She has like a good funk to her.
Very good funk. Now, so I went to a family gathering, and I brought some cousins some samples of this. Now, this was not like a great family gathering. It was a viewing. Unfortunately, we had some
I'm
bad news in the family. Yes, thank you. But like, so I brought. We went to the funeral home, and like, believe it or not, I'd put the samples of this stuff in the diaper bag that we had packed for Freddie. And like, I got the diaper bag on, and we're like, I'm waiting in like the reception line to go like, just do the greeting, like, sorry for your loss. And I just like, I catch a whiff. Like, oh my God, I know that smell. Oh no, what happened? Like, how did this happen? Right? I just look at my wife, and I'm just like, do you smell that? And she's like, it's the diaper bag. It's in there. And it's like I ran out to go throw this bag back in the car, and it was like I could see the trail of like the smell, like waves.
A wafty green line.
What exactly? I could see it. Like as I had thrown the bag in the car, turned around and walked 20 feet away from the car, and I could smell this weed. still in the outdoors. Like that's how pungent it is. That's how
Wow.
lingering it is. And that's all from that skunk in there. But
Yeah.
really, the smell I get is not skunky. It is cherry. Overwhelmingly cherry from that AK-47. So just love it. Just been loving it. Where's my lighter?
Ha!
Here it is. We're good.
Timeline without lighters.
So yeah, let's give her a rip.
Cherry, cherry, cherry. I find a good cherry hard to find. I find there's cherries out there, but I haven't found a cherry that I'm like, oh my God, that's so amazing cherry.
I really kind of like the AK-47 version of cherry. It's like a bright cherry.
Yeah.
And it carries through on the taste too. Yeah, this one's awesome, man. Our buddy Rooter Allister did a hell of a job. Just, he claims it was like a pollen chuck, but I suspect he had
Happy accidents.
a little more of a discerning eye went into it than just that. Especially for both of them to come out so amazing.
I think it's fun that you grew two of them. I feel like I should do that more often to get at least two different expressions of the same plant.
I really do like doing that. I find myself doing that more and more. I mean, I have two Gonzo grapes growing right now from Joint.
I really think I might start doing just twos of everything.
The way I figure it, G3, is kind of like what your logic is leading you into is like if you have identified a cultivar that you are interested enough in growing and dedicating any tent space to, it just makes sense that you should just double that tent space. Like why hunt high and low for another strain that's going to suit your interests and like get you excited to grow it, Like just double it. And not only will you you're just going to see more expression, you may not get exactly what you want out of that first one. I think, not that two is a particularly big sample size either, but you're at least doubling it.
Right. It's like double checking.
Yeah, like it's a redundancy plan in case you're the first one for whatever reason, just like I don't know, didn't have the right genetic combination come out and just like yeah,
Right.
if you get one that's great and one that's like what the hell is this, there's something in there. That you could find it again kind of thing. It's in the genetics, right?
Right. And just doubling the plant gives you so much more information just for your own personal knowledge. Like, I've grown this strain before, it expressed this way. Well, maybe that is like that 1% chance, that super rare, you're never going to find it again, pheno. And then all of the rest of them express in a completely different way. So when somebody else is like, oh yeah, I grew that and this is what I experienced and your experience was totally different. Well, if you only grew one plant.
What do you really know about the
But
plant
if you
you've
have
only
two,
grown one of them? Yeah,
then
I
you
know.
have at least two data points. Like
At least two. And
at least two. Multiple points of comparison between the two of them. So it's
Exactly.
it makes you that much better of a grower just by having that much more comparative knowledge. Just makes your knowledge about each strain you've grown that much more robust.
For sure. You get to view two phenotypes of that same gene pool at once, right next to each other. You get to smoke the flower one after the next. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, no, it really does give you like a pretty broad, just examples of what you're working with. And if you're interested in breeding, yeah, anything like that, like definitely do yourself the favor and at least pop two of them, you know?
Yeah, at least
to
two.
start.
And then if you like them, all right, next time do 3 or 4.
There you
And
go.
then just like get into it, get to know that strain that much better.
That's a great point, Dean. He says 2 points is a line, 3 points is a trend.
Right.
So you know what? Yeah, you start with that two plant sample size. You know, it doesn't take that much tent space to grow 2 plants. It takes like one side of a 4x4, right?
3
Or
feels like a
5x5.
big commitment to me as a home grower with like 2 little tents. Like 3 feels like a commitment. 2 feels doable of the same
could do
one
2,
because
yeah.
I still can have a significant variety in each one of my grows with that.
That's exactly right. Like if you do 2 of 2 different cultivars, you're still getting variety. And I mean, the variety that exists within the gene pool too, that you have identified that you want to grow. Like yeah. So just get 2 of something good, you know, better than 1 of something good. I don't know. So yeah, all right. Kushcat says only downside with growing 2 is that you will often have a favorite you love to smoke and a slightly disappointing pheno you wish was the other plant. Yeah, it's kind of just like having kids, you know?
True story. But if you only popped 1, maybe you would have popped the lackluster pheno and the other one would have stayed in the pack forever, ever,
Bingo.
ever, ever, ever.
Bingo, G3.
And you wouldn't have known that genetic potential was there. But if you've got
Bingo.
one that's like meh and the other one is like, oh my God, this is incredible, then you're like, okay, maybe that should be hunted.
That
Maybe
is exactly right, and that is exactly what happened with that Romulan Chemdog strain that I told you I grew, and where is it? Somewhere around here. I got a jar of it here, right here. You should see all the jars on my floor surrounding me. No lie, no cap. Yes, cap.
Ooh,
Right, so
I love that one.
this is the number 2, which is the pheno that I'm not into as much. Like the number 1 is some of my favorite herb I've ever grown. I love it. It's almost gone. It's almost gone. It's going to be the first of all of them out of this batch that's gone because I love it. Now this number 2 is like I like it.
It was
I don't
good.
love it. Yeah,
That's
it's like
good.
it's good, but it just doesn't have the same je ne sais quoi, you know, of that first one. And I can't tell you what that is, but man, if I would have never popped 2 of them, I'd have never known that was in there. And I'm telling you right now, I will be coming back to that pack in a later date to find the hotter sister. I mean, I know it's in there. You know, I do. But you know, hey man, you know, no, it was a good point, Kushcat. It was a good point. Like that is often what happens. Okay. Now, what we're saying though is that listen, like there's that's inevitable, kind of. That's what is going to happen. Let's say it's very rare that both of these phenotypes, if you do this, are going to be of the same quality. Like, I mean, the best example I have of that is truly this one, the local skunk and AK. Like, they are so consistent across phenotypes. I love smoking both, and they have the same smells, the same tastes, same effects. Okay, that's rare too. You know, it's just as rare as having like one that you love and one that you hate. What you're probably more often than not going to find is that like you like one slightly more than the other, but that you like them both. You know what I mean? Because again, you spend all this time finding breeders you like, and then singling out individual cultivars that they've bred that you're interested in growing. It's like, oh my gosh, all this time, all this effort to only pick one seed out of the pack, you know?
Yep. And then you just have to cross your fingers and hope it's a good one.
That's right. That's right. So, it's all part of just I think it all flows downstream from like identifying breeders that you're interested in their approach to breeding, the gear that they work with, that they cross into one another. Like if you've identified a breeder, then you've found like, all right, well I can pick any number of those strains that he's put it or she has put out and hope to have success with them. Yeah, it's just like the process of finding sources of genetics that you trust in this community is honestly just as taxing of a process as learning how to grow the damn plants.
Yeah, almost even more so.
Yeah. So when you do find those rare people who you're like, oh man, this person's really doing it the right way, like they got a program for stress testing and they're great with customer service and all this stuff that you want in your breeder. Plus I'm interested in running the genetics that they're working with and putting out. Like you have to check so many boxes. Like, yeah, give them the benefit of the doubt. At least grow 2 of each thing you buy from them. You'll find you like some better than others, but like the point is you like what they do and you're probably going to find some gems, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel like there's an evolution to growing. When you first start, you kind of have an idea of strains that you've smoked before. You're like choosing what you're going to grow for the first time. You're like, okay, well, I've heard of some of these strains before. And as you grow, your knowledge of strains, your knowledge of lineages grows, and then you kind of specialize into a breeder, either based on the strains that you have narrowed down into what works best for you, or the process that you use afterwards. So like if you're a flower smoker, there's a lot of breeders that are like known for their flower. If you happen to like washing, you're not just going to go for any random breeder. You're going to find somebody who specifically breeds for washing. So there's multiple ways to get to the breeder, but then once you find that, then you kind of like work into their catalog and then you narrow down their catalog into yours and then you start breeding with their shit.
And you never give them any
It
credit.
never
for it
stops.
either, right? No, of course, always give credit, but
Yes.
yeah, no, that's exactly how it works, G3. Like it's just like it takes a lot of time for me at least. Didn't want to let that get stale in there. Oh, it was a little bit already. Oh, a little nasty. It takes a lot of time to find people whose gear I'm excited to grow. So yeah, I'm going to give them more than one shot to shine for each pack I buy.
I really like that. I think I'm going to start doing that regularly.
I encourage everyone to, and you'll just end up with variety, but within like a gene pool. So like, it's cool, man. Like the two Gonzo grapes I have up there right now. Would you believe me if I told you they're both very grapey, but in different ways?
In different ways.
Different ways. Like the one is just at like 100% grape big league chew. Remember that smell?
Love that. Yes, like super artificial grape.
Yeah, or
love
like bubble
that.
tape.
Yes.
That
Oh,
stuff
man,
was
shove that
so
whole
good.
roll in your
Yeah,
mouth.
I did the same thing. I didn't even unroll it. Just would like take bites, chomp it.
Or unroll the entire thing and let it dangle from your mouth and just like
Yes.
slowly dibble it. Yeah. Oh man, those
Oh,
things
and it
were a
was-
sensory playground.
Like covered in that it was like a powdered sugar all over that
I'm
gum.
pretty sure it was like a mix of powdered sugar and like cornstarch so that they wouldn't all stick to each other.
I'm getting like a Pavlovian salivation response just from talk. I swear to God, just from talking about this, like such a great artificial flavor. Like, I don't know, whatever chemist came up with that.
I don't know what it was. There was almost like a your salivary glands almost like twinged.
Yeah.
It was
It
like
hit 'em.
almost like sour, and then whoosh. Great. It was great.
It was a physiological response to it. It like forced you to salivate. Very,
Yeah.
very strange.
Oh, you
but
guys want to hear about some super fucked up stuff? You can look into Pavlov. That guy was a monster.
okay. Oh, jeez. All right. Some
Yeah.
cruel experiments going on.
The worst.
Yeah.
Awful.
His dogs were mistreated. That's
To
not
say the
very.
least.
I don't like hearing that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Let's pressing forward.
Let's move
Pressing
on
forward.
from doggy abuse.
These
that, Bob. Let's
two
move on.
Gonzo grapes are awesome. Look, the one straight up artificial grape,
Mm-hmm.
very nostalgic, very 90s, very artificial. But the other one is, I wouldn't say wine, I'd say more like Concord grape jam. You know what I mean? Like, it still has that sweetness to it. It still has, but you can smell real grape, but specifically Concord grape. Okay, not like a Chardonnay grape or anything like that, right? We're talking about Concord jam, like the type you make peanut butter and jelly with. So it has a deeper quality to it, not just that like open a pack of Big League Chew smell. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love them both. So yeah, like it's such a cool thing to do. I encourage everyone to try it. Like, again, if you've identified something you want to grow, just double it, man.
Right. And if you don't have the space, just get another tent.
That's right. If you only have one tent, just double it.
Just get another.
Truly, truly. Well, so you know what I kind of wanted to talk about tonight.
Tell me.
We had a couple questions in the Discord this week, and actually even today, about growing with synthetics, right? Like non-organic setups and autopots. Perhaps even transitioning from growing organically to wanting to try out like something different, you know? Or if you're in my situation, you're a guy like me who's in the middle of a summer grow, right? Like I'm kind of hands off, right? Going up there every other day, checking things out, but it's
Yeah. I'm going to delegate a little more. I got too much
Truly.
stuff to do.
Truly. But I'm checking in on my my AC Infinity app. That is a nice thing to have. Do like seeing that graph in real time of my environmental parameters.
I can't focus on it too much or I get hyperfixated and then I get crazy.
Maybe
But
once
it is a great
day I
tool.
look just to make sure, like, because then I know right away if something is amiss, like a light's not turning off when it should. You know, you see that like very consistent
Yeah.
like trends just kind of disrupted. You will
Yes.
see that.
I don't recommend it looking anything closer than like a day. If you start looking into hours and minutes, you're going to start driving yourself
Yeah,
nuts.
don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, day by day, just like looking at it kind of like as a maybe in 12 hour time frames, you do see like consistency that maintains itself. Honestly, like you'll see kind of what happens with your environment through day and night. You'll see the spikes and the valleys. And if something goes wrong, that'll stop happening. It's very abrupt, and you'll recognize it right away if something happens. So it's
Trust
kind
but
of,
verify in action.
for sure, it gives me a little like, you know, something's amiss. You need to go up there. When otherwise I would just be going up maybe sometimes every 3 days, right? You know, because I got a reservoir. I'm letting the autopots do the work. You know what I mean? Like what? Again, like once I've defoliated and done like the real task of like setting these plants up for success through flower, and then like from day 20 of flower on, it's just like you're coasting. You know what I mean? If you've set it up right, you got the trellis up, you've defoliated, you've done all that work, you can just kind of hit the autopilot button. It's nice to do around this time of year, right?
Yeah.
So like, point is, the point is, all this to say, I have depleted soil right now, okay? And I'm out of a couple things. Didn't feel like buying more right away, and guess what I had in stock was some Athena. Okay, so I'm like, just trying to see how I can use it, have success with it. And man, I've honestly been loving using it so far in my reservoir. I find it's very easy to mix. The feed chart, easy to understand, right? Like it's milliliters per gallon. Now I even got this cool thing. I wish I would have brought it down. It's called the Newt needle. Have you heard of this?
No,
Have you heard
but
of
I
this? Have
love
you
some
seen this?
alliteration, so I
Right,
can't
yeah.
wait
All
to
right,
hear
so
about it.
I gotta find the website for it. I think I got it on Amazon, right? Like, and
Newt
it's
needle.
it is a large syringe, okay, this big, no lie, this big with the attachment on it, might be even bigger. Like the needle part on it is about yay big, okay. Then the rest maybe this big, and like you stick it into your Athena tub and extract as much, like it's got measurements on the side of it, and it's just designed to kind of like suck up those nutrients from a jar of them, and you spit it right into your 5-gallon bucket of water, right? That you've mixed up. I usually bring up 2 from the bathroom to the attic. So I mix 10 gallons at a time. You know, it's super easy. You do the math, and it's very consistent. Just gotta, like, it's way easier than I thought it would be as an organic guy. Thinking like, oh, it's too precise. It's really not. It's really not. If you get a couple things to set yourself up for success, like I really do like using this Newt needle. Let me see if I can find it.
So silly. While you look at that, C. Williams, hi. He just asked if we knew if the guys from Crafting Cannabis are still around. So they're done with their show, but I do believe that Rudy's still around from time to time. I'm not sure about Early Bird and Blackwater, but I do see Rudy around. But they're no longer doing their show, unfortunately.
It
Very
happens.
upsetting.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are still floating around the community.
They're
man,
still around.
for sure.
Yep. Super busy guys.
Yeah,
but
I
they're around.
told Rudy just the other day how much I think of his self-proclaimed pollen chuck, right? Just amazing. Seriously, amazing. Like up there with some of the best professionally bred cultivars I've ever found. And it's like just from a guy in our community throwing some stuff together and throwing shit at a wall to see what sticks, you know? Man, sometimes it really does stick.
I don't believe that Rudy has ever just thrown anything together ever.
You're probably right. Yeah, right? Look how cool this thing is. Okay, so it's like, you got to appreciate the size too. It's the size of like a
does look
large
like
kielbasa.
Of all the measuring. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Not a bit like a medium-sized bratwurst, but a really big kielbasa.
It looks a lot like a cookie press, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
A Newt needle.
No, I love this thing, man, and it makes it kind of fun. Not gonna lie, makes the whole process a little fun. You suck up the newts, you spit it back into the bottom or the jug of water. What's the word? The bucket. Why can't I think of it right now?
How is
And
this
then-
different than just a syringe?
Say again.
How is this any different than just a big ass syringe?
I mean, it's not. It's a big ass
It is
syringe.
just a big ass
Yes, it
syringe.
is a big ass syringe. Like, but it is a big ass syringe. Like the needle itself is 14 inches, so it gets like to the bottom of the tub of nutrients, and you can suck it up. And then, like again, there's
Do we
measurements on
want
the
it to go
side.
to the bottom of the
Great.
thing of nutrients?
I mean, you at least want to be able to get it in there. I can tell you that.
Yes.
Or how
Yeah.
about when the nutrients run out, you of course want to be able to suck up that last little bit from the bottom.
That is very true. I have dumped nutrients all over myself trying to get the last bit
Yeah.
more than once.
Yeah, no, so this is like it's designed to like you can
Okay,
store your
I can
nutrients
see
in
that now.
in a mason jar, right? I can just you get the measurements come from the needle itself.
Do not
no,
ever
I-
store your
I like it.
nutrients in mason jars, people.
Yeah, I don't recommend that, but
They can be affected by light, you know. So if
good
your
point.
if your nutrients happen to be photosensitive and you have it in a mason jar and it's just out in the light, then your plants aren't getting the full benefit. So make sure you keep them in their original containers or something that mirrors their original container. But
Agreed.
yes, I do like it.
Agreed. So
I'm a big fan
I
of the
was
long.
just about to say how durable this thing is and how much I have mistreated it and how I leave it unwashed with nutrient residue in it. It has a little bit of like a little corrosion perhaps built up because of that, but it still functions like a tank because, yeah, it says measures a quarter inch in diameter, which ensures your product can stand the test of time and live up to rough handling.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, perhaps the best $30 you'll spend if you are a synthetic grower. Like this thing really does help me. I again, I don't have a code for you or nothing. I just a product I like, and it's cheap too, right? So yeah, no, this helps. Now again, another thing that's going to help is having a great pH pen. So that's the next step. Once you've spat out all the nutrients into your bucket, you got to go ahead and pH her.
Yep.
You know, so
Please do. Apera, Blue Lab. Even I use the AC
Just do
Infinity
it,
one and
yeah.
it's great.
yeah, the
I have
black
zero-
Paraclone.
Yep, it is. It's an Apera, and I have zero complaints about it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
So
listen,
they all work great. Just don't use the yellow ones from Amazon. And you're golden.
I think that's a rite of passage, to be honest, G3. Like,
I know it's a canon event.
every grower must learn for themselves that the yellow Amazon pH pen, or the blue for that matter, I've had the blue one too, they both suck.
They will lie to you.
They lie, they deceive you.
They lie.
They at
Web of
some point
lies.
they will lie to you so bad that you will see it in your plants, man. I will tell you that much. You'll be like, man, I swear I just calibrated this thing. Yeah, no. It just doesn't hold calibration.
Yes.
It's not
Raise your
quality
hand
stuff.
if you have been personally victimized by an Amazon pH pen.
I have. My plants have too. For sure. Listen, Blue Lab, great,
Yep, Blue Lab's great.
great brand. Okay, Blue Lab all day. I will say I use personally the Apera, the 5-in-1. Monster used to recommend that one all the time. It's kind of those two are very time tested, I will say. Those are your like A and your B, used in a variety of applications for a long time, not just gardening, not just cannabis. You know, they're professional instruments. The AC Infinity, the new kid on the block, I mean, G3's had great experience with it. I've heard a lot of people have
the
too.
Apera. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I do recommend if you're going to be buying a pH pen. I've said this before. I'll say it again, over and over and over again. Get the ones with the replaceable probes. The The ones on the bottom, you can replace them. Instead of replacing the entire pen, you just replace the
Ah,
probe bit.
yeah. If something goes wrong,
Better. Way less expensive than just buying a pen over and over again. Not that you really would, but like those things, they get scratched up. They get, they wear out over time. So part of maintenance is replacing them.
for sure, for sure. So yeah, the pHing process for me usually looks like this. I mix up my maybe 5 different bottles that I'm pulling from at a given time. Like right now, it's the Bloom A and the B, the CalMag, the PK, CalMag, and then yeah, I think that's it. Just 4 for this stage of grow.
Mm-hmm. You don't use the
Yeah.
cleanse or whatever
No, I'm
it is,
not using
ever, right?
cleanse. I'm not
Good.
using anything like that. So, yeah, I think it's just 4 right now. And after I mix them all up, like usually takes my pH, always takes it down. Okay, my water pH typically starts around like 7.1 to 7.3 out of the tap, a little higher than neutral, but about neutral. Parts per million, like 200, pretty low. Okay, so good water. Always know your water. Okay, test that first before you're doing your measurements on with nutrients. Right? Of course, you want your baseline. It's just good practice,
More
right?
you know.
Right.
Yes.
So it takes it from about 7.2, let's say, down to like 7, but not quite enough, right? Because the feed chart for Athena says it needs to be 6.2. So I got to bring it down more. All right, so my pH up has sat on my shelf for fucking ever. I've never used it, never touched it. Don't need the stuff. But I do need my pH down. And like I use this stuff, I told you, it's like very, very strong. I only need a couple drops, quite literally, or it'll shift it. I've put a little too much in there before sometimes, and it's brought it down to like 2.6. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Real low.
It's like stomach acid now. Good. My plants will love that. Yeah, no, it can turn it very quickly if you're not careful. So I have like an eyedropper for that stuff. Literally. The stuff, if I'm recalling correctly, is from Chemboys, is the name of the brand. And I bought it from like a local grow shop, local hydro store. If you believe that. There's one that exists nearby. And the stuff
What?
I
Near
love
you?
it. Love it. Yeah. I was in the market for a little pH down. He was like, "Here, use this. This stuff is strong. Be careful." He was right. You don't want to like let it drip on any. You know what I mean? Like it'll cause corrosion. It will.
Yikes. I'm too
but-
clumsy to be messing around with stuff like that.
It's just like efficient and it's effective. I hate by the time I've already mixed up 4 bottles, I'm ready to go, man. I don't got time.
Do you
for
let it
this
sit after
pH.
you pH?
Yeah, no,
adjust?
usually I'm
How long do
mixing
you
up
sit?
with the pH pen as I go. Like, I got the eyedropper of this really strong, like acid, whatever it is. It's like straight hydrochloric acid. Okay, just dripping it in as I'm mixing with my pH pen. So, I give it time to settle, of course. But like,
How long? Like a minute?
yeah, not long at all. Not long at
Oh
all.
my
You'll see it. You will see. I can see it in real time, G3, as I
Yeah,
add
but
each.
what actually
telling
happens to that water 15, 30, 60, 120 minutes from then?
Oh,
Does that
it
pH
stays.
stay
Yeah, no,
stable?
it stays very stable. Stays very stable. Like that's kind of part of the process. But the first thing is to get it down.
I am absolutely
Right.
shocked that you reached pH stability in like a minute. I've got to
Yeah,
see this
once
stuff.
it's down there, it doesn't really go anywhere. Maybe that's a result of this pH down that I'm using. Like,
Maybe because like
perhaps.
I
No,
always
this
pH mine
stuff.
down and then let it sit
No,
and stabilize and make sure that it's not going to move anywhere. And then it still drifts back up in the res.
I will. If I'm being completely honest, like, yeah, you will find a slight upward drift. Okay, slight over time, like
Mhm.
perhaps a tenth or two. I'm not. I'm not that worried about it going from 6.2 to 6.4 or 5 even.
No.
God
I
forbid,
would just
right? In
worry
the
that it would be
reservoir.
like, I don't know, that I would
No, it doesn't.
accidentally
It doesn't go that
bonehead
much.
something and it would go from like 6.5 and I'm aiming it to go to 6.2 and it ends up at like 4.2.
No, I
And I
haven't
didn't
found that to
realize
be the
it
case.
until like significantly later because when I measured it, it was a 6.2 and I didn't check later.
Yeah, no, it hasn't happened yet.
Interesting.
This again, like I'm mixing constantly, and I have to add very little of this stuff, and I can literally see it affect my bucket of nutrient mix in real time as I'm dripping each drop in. It's strong stuff, and
I want to try it.
I wonder if that has some effect on the pH stability of the end, like, nutrient mix. Now, that's a really good question. I don't know. All I can tell you is that, like, mine doesn't really drift at all. Like, I can come back and measure the reservoir 4 days later when it's almost empty, and it'll maybe be at 6.4, but, like, yeah, negligible in my mind, right?
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It is. Like, I wonder if that's a result of, yeah, the ppms of, like, the water itself was pretty stable to start with, neutral, and I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know. Really good questions.
Weird.
I'm not a water expert, but man, now I
Neither am
wish
I.
I kind of were.
I use so little of it that I like you, I've never used pH up and my pH down lasts forever. I had a General Hydroponics bottle like this and I probably should have chucked it out. That stuff, I mean, does it expire? Got a shelf life,
I
right?
mean, it
How
probably
long does that
gets a
stuff
little
last?
weaker over time, but like, doesn't.
Probably. But I used it for like 4 years until he
Yeah.
got rid of all of it. And now I'm using this powder stuff that Mac convinced me to get years and years and years and years ago. And I just never got into using this
Oh,
powder and it's fine. But I
use
do let it
a powdered
stabilize.
pH down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like from T something. TMZ. No, I want to say TMZ, but that's not it. TM grows TM something. I don't know. It's a green and white bag. It's right over there. I just
Hmm.
can't read it from here. I'll report back.
Yeah. Let us know. Well, what is Roland Fatty says Canna AB seems to regulate pH for me.
Hmm.
Smoke Ring says his water drifts back up to where it was when it came back out of the tap. Yeah. See, I wonder, like, why that happens for some people. I have heard that is a common issue for some people. Whether
Yeah.
that's the nutrients or no, I truly don't know. You know, just very curious. It happens to some people, but not all. So this kind of transition to from someone who came from like an all organic, very Swedish chef style, little of this, little of that, kind of growing, to this much more regimented world of like, no, we're adding 48 milliliters of Bloom B into each 5 gallon bucket, or four
It is
gallons,
the difference
right?
between cooking and baking.
Yeah,
Cooking, you cook with your heart, you throw in whatever, it comes out in glorious, masterful, artistic ways. You pull that shit with a cake and you're going to end up in misery.
Good,
It
great
doesn't work that
analogy.
way.
Yeah, it is.
It is regimented and measured for a reason.
It is. But listen, every cook has to learn how to bake at some point. It's gonna teach you a lot of discipline. Discipline. You must be taught. Oh, here. This is interesting. Now, what do you mean by this? Sea money. Stability should be mostly about bicarbonates. What do you mean by that? Let us know. Are you a water expert?
I
Because
wouldn't
I've never
become a
heard
water expert.
bicarbonates being used before in the discussion of nutrient
Water and
waters.
pH.
Yeah, just interesting. So yeah, no, it's not that hard, guys. Not that hard. If you've been synthetic curious, you kind of want to like walk on the dark side a little bit, right? If
I
you
think
wanna-
everybody should at least once, just for shits and giggles.
listen, it's a skill that I think you ought to master, at least attempt. Listen, you're not going to master it, but attempt. Like it's getting your hands wet in a different type of way. It's just exposing you to different styles is never a bad thing. It's going to make you a better gardener overall. And I think like it's a tool in the toolbox ultimately. Now, what I'm probably going to end up doing is doing a nice synganic style of growing. But what that's going to allow me to do is use less of everything. And allow the purchases I make on nutrients to just go further. You know? I think that's probably the best benefit of it. I find if you add both organic and synthetic inputs, like the plant overall requires less overall inputs. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I feel like they kind of cover. You get the benefits of the organics, but the overall coverage and making sure that everything's handled with the synthetics. So
Yep. Let's say
Best of both worlds.
you're using both organic nutrients, like you're using something like a where is it?
Gaia Green's 444.
You're using something like Gaia Green
I love Gaia
as a
Green.
top dress, and then you have like some Athena. Man, I'm telling you, you could get away with using a half to even like a quarter of the recommended amount of nutrients. But if you're adding both, they kind of add up to be more than like the
sum is
the
greater
sum
than
is greater
the
than
whole.
the parts. What's how's
The
that?
whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
That's
There we go.
the expression I'm looking for. Yes,
That reverse it. Yes.
exactly. Yes, I feel like that might be happening. There's some synergistic type of effect going on between the different types of nutrients, which does just allow it to you can use so much less of both. But I digress. Yeah, man.
So we were
let's
talking
see.
about
We're talking about
synthetics
bicarbonates.
in autopots.
He didn't give us anything more than that. He says,
All right.
but I haven't seen you around before, Roland Fatty. He says he's a synthetic indoor, organic outdoor. Love it.
I like that.
Oh, here it is. He says the more bicarbonate you have in the water, the more stable it is from pH fluctuations. Okay, all right. Now, what do you mean bicarbonate?
look
I didn't do well in chemistry class, so bicarbonate.
Oh my goodness.
One is bicarbonate is a vital chemical compound and electrolyte within the it's an electrolyte. Do you even know what electrolytes are? Yeah, they're what plants crave.
They're what plants crave. There it is.
Yeah, I got one on here somewhere. There it is.
Well, I've never seen no plants grow out of no toilet.
Oh, that makes me miss Monster.
Right. All right. So yeah, well, I feel like you might be onto something, C Money. Now I'm gonna have to do some research on that after the show, because yeah, no, I truly do wonder what makes my water more pH stable as opposed to like Bud Z Ohio, I believe, said his is constantly drifting.
Mine used to with the General Hydroponics pH down, but not now.
No, man,
I also use natural spring water now instead of tap water, so maybe that has something to do with it too. Because if there are more, I wonder.
I will roll in fatties, man. It's on me. I live under a rock, dude. That's I truly do.
You have a new board.
I've been under a
same
rock
thing.
for 6 months. Haven't seen the light of day. Help me. No, it's my bad, man. But I'll look you up, man. I'll look you up. Thanks for joining us.
It's okay.
Thank
Guys are
you.
here.
Now, yeah, man. So I've really been enjoying kind of like the more precise, the more just the baking approach to gardening that I've been dabbling in. It's given me great results so far. I don't see a single nutrient deficiency on these plants. Actually, okay, I can't say that. The one has a little nitrogen deficiency. That is the reason why I started putting the Athena in the reservoir to begin with, because I was like, oh shit, the soil I put in is out, and I don't have the stuff that I usually use. Bud Bread, rest in peace, right?
Oh God, be still my heart.
To get me through like another organic run, and I don't know what to do, but I do have this Athena, so I'm just gonna like start using it halfway through. I'm just gonna just go full on. I am not even top dressing at this point. Like I'm just going all organic, or I'm sorry, all synthetic. So
Do you feel like the residual nutrients from past grows, whatever the previous plants didn't or couldn't use, can affect how this plant, do you think you could run into toxicities? Are you using slightly less Athena because that soil might have altered levels from where it would be originally?
no, honestly, I am treating the soil as fully depleted, even though that's probably not the case.
So
I
it's
am-
like cocoa.
Yeah, I'm treating
like
it
it's
as if it
cocoa.
were. It is but a medium at this point, right? Your beautiful organic soil. If you fail to maintain it, right, it truly like it will just become but a medium. There's nothing living. Well, you might find some like soil mites in it still and stuff like that, but like it's really not like
Your
cycling
ghetto soil?
nutrients like it used to, I mean,
Yeah, went
listen,
from like living on the Upper West Side of soil to like
I
Wrong
didn't
side of the
didn't
tracks.
have any
no
have any
microbes.
compost, and I didn't
Nothing.
have any of my top dress, so I would drop the ball. And again, I'm like, I've been living under this rock. I had to use what I had at my disposal, G3. So like I just went full on. The transition right to that Athena happened abruptly. I worried that it would affect the plants, that like, I was top dressing. So like we did have those feeder roots up at the top of the soil, and like the plants are getting accustomed to eating their meals at the top with those feeder roots, I'm like, oh, how's this going to work? Are they going to even know what to do? Yeah, don't worry. They figure it out. Yeah, they figure it right the hell out, No time at all. I mean, I saw no signs of slowing down. Like there was no transition that just took place. I started adding the Athena to my reservoir, I'd say like week 1 of flower. Like as soon as I saw that like first sign of deficiency, and I was like, don't have what I usually use. I went right for it, and full strength. So like ppm wise, 1400. 1400 in like the peak of growth, right? We're at day 34 of flower right now. So it's like you're pushing them hard at this point. Week 5 of flower. And
Yeah.
I'm
I
loving
think
the
Athena's
results.
great.
It's like it's making super fat, super frosty flowers. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that would have happened regardless. It's joint skier. But just easy to use, and yeah, make it fun, right? With that newt needle.
It does look like you're going to do some crazy medical experiments or something with it, but I do appreciate that they can go all the way down and get the last bit. I personally, like, for all of my liquid newts and stuff, each one has a syringe with Velcro on it, and it's labeled and it sticks right to the bottle that it's supposed to go with, because sometimes when you mix nutrients, they don't like each other very much. If they're not meant to be mixed, you shouldn't be mixing them directly. Because they can cancel each other out or create things that they shouldn't be creating. So I like to keep all my stuff separate until they're combined in the whole.
Good point. Yeah, no, don't mess around with like the mixing order and stuff either. That's one thing like I'd noticed with the Athena. Thought was rather interesting. It gives you like a mixing order.
Yeah.
So like the one product too, like the balance, okay, that you're supposed to use as a pH up, which again I've never used, don't need it, unless that I overuse my hydrochloric acid and like I'm like, oh shit, took it down to 2.6. Then I have used balance to bring it way back up. I also have just dumped a bucket of nutrients if I fuck it up that bad. But no, if you add the balance after you mix everything else up, because it's like, all right, well now I know that I need the pH up, right? Because it has silica in it, I believe, it like drops out, right? You can see it happen like right away. Something I also noticed too, because I use that Grow Genius stuff, right? That Autopot silica product I was talking about.
I have a little dropper of it. It's great.
It's awesome stuff. Now, but like again, it's not something I ever really paid attention to. Like, oh, I got to add my silica first, right? Because I add the if I put any of that Grow Genius in after I've used, like after I've pH'd and added up all my other nutrients into that mix, you can see it just drop right out. Like it like it's like a chemical reaction almost, and it like the silica just like drops to the bottom of the bucket. It's this weird thing. Yeah, no, it's like strange. So like always add your silica first. I'm pretty sure it's silica. Yeah, no, and it has to be, especially because it happens with that Grow Genius stuff. All right, here I
sometimes
found.
things they're particular about how they do it. That's why it's always good to read the instructions.
That's right, and follow the
And follow them.
recipe, right? Because you're baking now, for Christ's sake, and you can't be a Swedish chef. All right, so let me show you a little of these Athena-fed plants. This is the one Enhance.
Pretty.
Yeah, this is the one that's like full on Big League Chew. Very, very frosty.
I want them to be purple. You think they're going to go purple?
I don't. Now, actually, if anyone will, it's this one. You can see it has that like much more deep green to it, while this one was the one with that slight nitrogen deficiency, but a much more like indica looking structure to it. Fatter leaves. Look at those frost rails though too. Very organized frost rails.
Very pretty. I like that because it's like the whole, like they're less rails and more scales.
Yeah, yeah. Scales is a good word for it.
You know,
They
it
just-
covers the whole side of the leaf instead of just the edges.
Yeah, and it has that nice runway right down the middle. Right down the middle. Like you could land
Looks
a
like the
plane
back
in
of
there.
a crocodile.
Yeah, kind of does. Kind of does. Yeah, so yeah, looking pretty good. You know,
are
the
looking
one just a
good.
little lighter green than the others, but
And you said you're day what? Day 30?
day 35, day 34, 35. Now there's no nice like rare bottom view here. There's no buildup at all. Right? It's like someone asked about like a nutrient buildup in the autopot system itself. I have not found any buildup yet. Again, I've really only been using it in the reservoir for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, okay, since week 1 of flower. But I have to believe if you're using any professional line of nutrients, it's going to be clean enough to get you through a run without causing enough buildup to cause an issue. Okay, you're always going to want to check your auto valve. Okay, don't get me wrong, like that's whether or not you're using synthetics. Okay, because I've had issues with biofilm buildup in organics, right? It can happen regardless in any style of growing. You can have some kind of buildup that, like, you know, might cause a failure point in your autopot system. It's like it's the worst possible thing that could happen. So always, you know, just be diligent about checking that stuff. But I will say I have not found any buildup thus far. And yeah, look at that view of the fully shaved legs on those gals. Thank you, Sea Money. He says, beautiful plants. Yeah, no, look, that defoliation job was not fun, but like necessary. And I would say, just, yeah, look at that. It's about not quite 2/3 of the plant, 60% up. Necessary. So yeah, no, it's been a joy so far. I encourage people to branch out of their comfort zones. If you've been an organic guy your whole life, try to bake a cake, okay? Find a line of synthetic nutrients on sale that you want to mess around with. Give it a whirl. I'm telling you.
It's fun to try. It really is like, it gives me more time with my plants. That the times that I have used synthetics, I've appreciated that. When I have a specific amount of time for grow stuff during the day, and if I have my plants on synthetics, it's a no-brainer. You read the chart, you do the thing, and then
Yep.
the rest of the time I can spend with my plants.
It's more
With
set it and forget it.
organics, it's a little different. There's more involved.
I feel like I have to, yeah, like maybe read the plants more. Like I'm going up there and just, yeah, like I'm trying to observe more just for like possible signs of deficiencies coming up. If I'm following the program as directed, I don't need to worry about that, right? The deficiencies do not crop up. So you can kind of set it and forget it a little bit. And yeah, no, I've just been finding that it's really been lending itself to my summertime grow style, where it's like, yeah, I half shut down right now. I don't even have the 5x5 up and running. So
Do you have supplemental under lighting in that tent?
I don't. No, not in. So this is a 3x3, the one we just looked at.
Mm-hmm.
Just two. Oh, here I'll bring it back up. It's just two plants in a 3x3 in those Autopot XLs. That's the 6.6 gallon pots, the plastic ones. I do like those better. I do. If only for the fact that I can cover them in your beautiful stickers. The community. Look at all these cool stickers I get sent from all you awesome growers out there.
Little shots of dopamine.
Yeah, really, truly. So, yeah, it's just a great spot for them. Yeah, you'll see a lot of Autopot growers like to decorate their pots with their sticker collection, because where the hell else are you gonna put them?
Not on your tent walls, unless they're above your lights.
Yeah, right. They will bleach within a couple weeks.
They're
Lose
also
that beautiful
killing your
color.
reflectivity of their sides. Why have a reflective
Good
tent
point.
if you're just going to cover it? Put them above the lights.
Great point. Great point. So yeah, no, this is I'd say you're not going to fit 3 plants in a 3x3. So like, yeah, again, if you're going to do that, double your cultivar type growing like I do, be wise about it too. As much as I'd like to fit a third in there, yeah, it's not going to happen.
Or you could flip earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in Caps World.
But you could. Listen, you
You could.
You could. But like, okay, so here's kind of how it works with autopot growing. Your grow style is ultimately determined by your pot setup, like your pot system, right? Okay, so like in this one, I have a 2-pot setup, because I've determined like that's a good size for my style of growing. I like that size pot. I know the size plant that I can predict out of that. So 2 big plants will fill up a 3x3. You know, yeah, okay. If you want to get like a 4-pot system that are only 3-gallon pots, maybe that'll work in a 3x3. Okay, but like, not everyone's going to have like swappable pieces and be able to like go from system to system. I mean, I don't know about you, but I only got a 1 autopot system per tent, right?
Yep.
And it is what it is. So it's just kind of like, all right, well, I got to grow 2 big plants to fill this tent out. Otherwise, it's a waste of canopy space.
Yep. So
It's-
I don't
so
know. Maybe
the
in that one
Autopot
you do something
system's
different.
the master. I'm telling you, like, I have to
Definitely
follow
is.
I must obey the Autopot system.
Obey the autopots.
No, it just kind of works like that. You know what I mean? It's, if I wanted to grow 2 small plants, that wouldn't fill the space out.
I mean, you could grow 4 small plants.
How? I mean,
tree to
just
grow.
2 in per pot.
Yeah, do just like just do smaller ones. That system's not gonna go. You're not gonna be able to
Yeah,
do
that's what I mean.
once.
I'm
Actually,
not, no,
you
that's what I mean.
could.
Is that
You
what I
could do
mean
them that
is that
size
I'm
because
not
really,
changing my system. So my
You
grow
could do
style
it.
is determined by the system. I'm not getting a tray to grow, though I could.
Right.
If I had to buy it all over again, perhaps I would. You know, but like,
could you add 2 more autopot pots that size into there? Just theoretically,
I
just
mean,
just
yeah. But,
theoretically for shits and giggles.
Honestly, I don't think they would even fit because
That's how I was
of
wondering,
the
or if you'd
way
be
the
able to
tray
even
is
get to
shaped.
them.
Yeah, if you see the way it's like staggered, even in the tent, I have to have them kind of like diagonal set from one another.
Is that a humidifier in the back?
It is.
Do you need it right now?
I don't.
All right.
No.
That
it's
gives you a
empty.
little more
It's off.
space. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering if you could throw in like 1 more autopot in there and just flip them earlier.
I mean, not of the 6.6 gallon variety, I would say.
Hmm.
And if it would fit, it would barely fit. But no, I mean, perhaps I could. But,
It would be real. It would be a
but
jungle in there.
I'm just like, when you're an autopot grower, you know what I mean. You buy one system, and it's gonna hopefully last you many, many, many grows. So think about the type of system you want and the style of grow you want in that particular tent. Like, I think that this works great. The 2 pots, 2 big plants in a 3x3. I also think 4 big plants in a 5x5 works great.
Hmm.
But you could certainly do those little plants in a tray to grow. Just, I don't know. I have more experience with bigger plants. I find I can control them better. Yeah. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, right?
Indeed. Going after those big fish.
Don't be caught underneath a big plant when you are chopping it. I will say that. What light's in here? It's a Mars Hydro FC 4800. If you can see, enhance. The light itself just barely squeezes into the 3x3 footprint of the tent. So it's oversized for a 3x3. Probably
Yeah.
a 4x4 light. It's constantly dimmed to at least, I mean, I never put it above 75%. That's probably what it's on right now because, yeah, peak of flower, pushing the nutrients, pushing the PPFDs and the PPMs. Getting all the PPs.
Oh my gosh. It's like the sun in there.
Yeah.
And that light right against your reflective tent walls. Your plants must be like, wow.
Yeah, no,
Right.
they're soaking it up. But yeah, I do want to always say I put on my pair of sunglasses up there before I open that tent.
Yes, please do, my loves.
do.
Please, please, please wear glasses
I
in your
do, I do.
tents. I beg of you.
Yeah, it does. It fits like a glove, dude.
Save those purdy eyes.
Yeah, man, just be careful with looking at the lights. Like, you wouldn't look right at the sun, so don't look directly at your grow lights. Just careful, kids.
Yep.
Careful. All right, so what I want to do now is break on into the Smoke Rings garden.
Oh, yay. Good on you.
Say, what do you
While you pull that up, I wanted to ask the chat. Hey, guys, when you're getting nematodes, if you get nematodes, do you get them locally or do you pay through the nose for shipping or do you breed them yourself? Because I looked up breeding them myself today and it doesn't seem pleasant. So I really don't want to pay like as much as the actual nematodes themselves in shipping. Do you get them locally? Like, what the heck?
Okay.
How do you deal with this
I'm-
stuff?
You've drawn me in.
I'm fascinated.
Let's,
So,
why do
okay.
I not want to breed nematodes?
I mean, I guess you could, but it takes a long time and it's gross. It's gross. You need like, this is me like today in the middle of the day typing, how do I breed SF nematodes into my Google? And Meta's going to think there's something seriously wrong with me. There is. But you get 2 different petri dishes and then you get wax worms from like a bait shop and then you get actual nematodes and then you put the nematodes with these wax worms and they enter through their orifices and then they turn black and then you wait like 3 weeks and then one petri dish sits in a second.
Ew.
The second is filled with like water and then after 3 weeks when the new nematodes come out of these now infested wax worms, they go into the water and then you can use these like juvenile nematodes or stuff and it just seems fraught with catastrophe. So I'm not going to do that, but also I don't want to pay like $35 in shipping. It's so expensive. That's crazy. That's so much. And I don't have any really great places near me. I didn't know if there were like weird nematode breed, like weird local places to find them.
Is
I
there
don't
like
know.
a Facebook nematode breeding group that you can source them from? I honestly don't know. That
I
sounds
have
like
no idea.
what a niche hobby. No, I honestly wonder if or is that like a thing where like almost every town in America has at least one nematode breeder? Like
I mean, where's the local nematode breeder?
you just never. It's usually right next
I
to the
need some
vape
of your
shop on
wares.
Main Street. They just built the vape shop and put the nematode breeder right next to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. We have some
I
answers
really,
though.
really, I feel like I'm going to have to pay this exorbitant shipping cost, but it's so much.
Yeah, no. I mean, C Money says he gets them locally, a place called NIC. That's, yeah, right next to Vape Flow on Main Street. Never bred them.
Yeah. Just is so crazy. I don't know.
Ohio Autoflower says he gets them from Arbico,
I've gotten
which
like
that's
ladybugs and
yeah,
lace slings from them before.
that's going to cost you.
It still costs a fortune in shipping. And I understand why they don't want these are living creatures. They don't want them sitting in the heat or the weather or the cold or whatever. So they basically have to overnight them. And it costs a fortune. But I have this 48 gallons of living soil, and fungus gnats are a continuous issue in my grow. I get rid of them. They're gone for months. They show up again, and it takes forever to get rid of them. So I just want nematodes in there all the time.
Constant source of
Constant
nematodes.
nematodes. And I'm not sure if that's something, if I can keep them happy in there. I'm sure if I get a colony of nematodes living in there that I won't have to breed it, or they might die.
You got to get a nematode guy. C Money says. He
I
says,
seriously don't.
"Who's your
Oh,
nematode
that's Jeff.
guy?"
He's my nematode guy.
He lives right down the street. Yeah.
Arbico is free shipping. Really?
Really? I mean, over a certain amount. Yeah. No, let us know. Ohio. Interesting.
I'm gonna have to look that up because
Interesting. Great Racer says he found a Facebook page near me that is a group that bulk pre-orders predator bugs and shares shipping. Yo, that's awesome.
cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's the
Yeah,
type
so,
of local community I want to be involved in. The
Dude,
local predator bug group.
you know what? There's enough like people into organic gardening now where I bet you could find that in just about every community in America right now. Just a local organic gardening enthusiasts group like you and Ethel just talking on a Saturday morning about what type of nematodes we're putting in our cucumber soil, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing more than that.
That's what community is built on.
You know, if you add nematodes, you're not going to get that squash vine borer that'll devastate your cucumbers, man.
Oh man, those things.
Messes them up big time. But nematodes will eat the larva in the soil.
Yep.
So yeah, no,
Fixes the problem before it starts. So I'd really love to have that.
nematodes.
Happy nematodes living in this giant pot. I thought, yes, sign me up.
Plus, that makes me. Why does that make me think of the cartoon Doug? The word nematode. Remember Doug?
Doug Funny? Yep. Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah. Hello, Douglas. Mr. Dink coming out, and no, like, why does the word nematodes make me think of the cartoon Doug? Someone out there will know. There is definitely a connection there. Just not really sure what it is. deep
Don't.
within your memory vaults of the 90s.
What was his friend's name?
Skeeter.
Skeeter. That was it. I could not
Remember his
remember that
dog?
for a second.
Pork chop.
Oh my gosh. I completely forgot that.
There you go. Meat, meat. Skeeter would always say, meat, meat. Yeah, no.
Wow.
What a great show. Great show.
That's long lost memories.
No, that. So, like, man, Nickelodeon in 1991, I believe. No, Doug was a little bit after, but the original batch of like Nicktoons was like Rugrats,
Ren and Stimpy.
And was it Doug? It might have been. I don't know, but or it came shortly after.
think-
But
Yeah. I think that he was in the original ones because then later came like Ah Real Monsters.
yeah, that
and
was
stuff
a
like
little later. Angry Beavers. Remember that one? That was pretty decent.
Courage
I
the Cowardly
loved-
Dog. Return
Which
the
one?
Slab. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I loved Courage.
How
so
about
much.
Rocco's Modern Life?
Mhm.
Can't forget that.
With
Very
Heifer.
bizarre. Very
So
bizarre
good.
show. Oh, memories.
Wow, we are really off topic.
We are off topic, but it's all right. We're gonna
Nematodes. Why
Get
is it
back
really
on it.
Doug funny? All right, I'm gonna
Some
have to look
way.
into Arbico.
But-
$60 ship. I think they just roll in the shipping then, because I think it's like $30 plus $30 shipping through Bug Guys or somebody else. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to pay. I'm not gonna be injecting wax worms with SF nematodes, so
just gotta find a nematode guy. Because I don't know. It sounds like you're not gonna become a nematode girl. So
I don't think so. I have an urban worm bag that has been sitting empty for a long time because I'm not even sure I can become like a worm girl. Nematodes are like a far cry beyond that.
yeah,
So-
that sounds weird. Yeah,
If I can't do one, I'm not sure I can do the other. So
fair.
I thought that there would be
Fair.
some easy loophole through. There isn't. Capitalism wins the day. again.
Well, find a good reputable
Nematode
website.
guy. I'm gonna have to go to the farmers markets and be like, "Do you have a nematode guy?"
You got to ask around for that. They're not just going to advertise that they're nematode people. You got to.
Oh, it's black market nematodes.
Maybe,
Hush hush.
or-
You gotta
or-
have secret passwords and knocks on
Or
doors.
it's that people are aware of the process somewhat, and they're like they don't want to associate with nematode people. So then nematode people have to kind of keep it to themselves unless they know they have a market for their nematodes, or like
I don't know. I mean, like the domestic beetle people are pretty cool. I would think nematode people would be pretty cool too.
I would hope. I know nothing about them, but that's a great idea we had, which is to find a local organic gardening group and maybe bulk order, or just suck
That is
it
a
up
really
and
actually
pay
a
for
good
shipping.
and just pay for shipping, which is what I'll probably do. But I really do like the idea of finding a local gardening group
For sure.
where we can split predator.
Dude, I'm like ready to
Bonding
jump on
over
that for a
predators.
bunch of different things. I mean, you're talking about just fungus gnat preventation, right? That's why you're into getting nematodes and having a constant
Yes.
supply of them. But like, we could use that BTI stuff.
I think
know?
it's going to have to be just like because this soil is not going to be moving. It's staying no-till. It's 48 wet almost all of the time because it's sitting in an autopot tray. Like this thing is an environment to itself, and so it's going to need a little more hands-on maintenance than something like my standard autopots, which it's like one and done. I fill the soil, I grow the plant in it, I chop the plant down, I dump the soil. And it usually goes into my outdoor garden, or sometimes I'll re-amend it and use it again. But it's not something that's going to be existing This thing is just going to exist, and I don't want to keep fighting fungus gnats over and over.
I hear you. You're trying to set up a more perpetual, regenerative, like don't have to keep adding anything.
Yeah, I want
I
it to
get
be
it.
a balanced
Yeah, I get
environment.
it.
So if fungus gnats do occur, well, I've got an army to deal with that. If,
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z occurs, well, I've got this to deal with that. So
In a truly balanced ecosystem, yeah, like you won't even have the fungus gnats to begin with because they'll just be eaten before they become fungus gnats, right?
yep.
No, I get that. I get
Nematodes.
that. But if you are experiencing current fungus gnat issues, BTI is a great product. Works wonders. It
Yep.
does work. Does work. And it's a solution, you know. And I think if you're at that point where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with these things anymore.
I mean, it's not bad. There's like right now, I don't even have anything in that tent. It's just that one giant pod is in there. But that pod is a living ecosystem.
Yeah.
So they're not overwhelming. It's not huge. It's not like I'm keeping a plant wet in there. So it's not a ton of moisture. It's just going to be a constant issue unless I find a solution. And I think the solution needs to be multifaceted. So give me the facets, all of them. BTI and
Yeah,
nematodes and whatever else. Covered
if you're
soil.
already at your wit's end though, and you don't have time to find your local nematode guy at the swap meet, then there are products available to help you. Yes, there are indeed.
Yeah.
Bacillus thuringiensis israeliensis or something like that. That's what BTI stands for. Yeah.
Sure.
Got to know
Yeah.
your Latin nomenclature.
In one ear and out the other.
Useless fucking knowledge filling this noggin, let me tell you. Just the wrong information. All the wrong things. All right, let's get on into the smoke rings garden. Shall we?
Yes, please.
About time. I know. All right, where to begin? I do want to see his setup, which is beautiful. Here we go. All right, click this button, that button, and we are in. Whew. Whew.
So
Feel so like,
clean.
yeah. This is really doing wonders for my OCD, man. Like the
Oh, man.
organization of your shelves. From
Even look at the
everything,
line, the autopot lines on the floor inside the tent. Like,
right?
oh, Brain Buzz happy.
The little details matter.
Beauty.
Truly. Even the way you stacked your unused bottle of pH up. I can see it there in the top corner of your grow shelf.
It's the little things.
It's,
That's a
Isn't
man
that
who
so
cares
funny?
about his grow space.
you put it right there in front of your bottles of General Hydroponics 3 parts. I see it there. You got your synthetic shelf. You got your, like, there's your Apera right below it. Kind of like gizmos and gadgets, perhaps, on that shelf. Then you got your down-to-earth amendments and your, ooh,
Gadgets
I see it.
and gizmos.
Gaia
of
Greens
my
444.
dreams.
I see a
and
bucket.
upsets galore.
And then on the very bottom shelf, you got your worm castings. You got your, maybe a little different type, maybe some fish compost or something. Is that what that is?
Oh, wait, all those boxes look like the bone meal, fish meal. All of those
Oh,
from
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's got that down to earth. Just, very targeted organic nutrients. I like that.
It's a whole pantry.
It is. He's got the grow pantry going on. That's a good way to describe it. So He's with us. Hell yeah. We love it when that happens. What up, Smoke Ring? You'll have to tell us. I mean, I'm seeing, all right, this big tent here to my left. That looks like a big auto pot, man. That first one, what's that, like a 13-gallon
13.
fabric pot? Next to two fives? Is that what I'm seeing? You tell me, man. Yeah, no,
Do they make 13-gallon fabric pots?
I mean, I'm sure somebody does. I'm sure you could. Maybe that's not quite.
Those are the ones
yeah, I
with the
don't know.
rivets in them. I loved those
those are
bags.
cool, right?
Who originally made them? Were they from Bud Trainer? I don't know if his are from Bud Trainer, but Bud Trainer originally made bags with those silver rivets in it and handles, and I thought that they were so amazing and helpful for like initial training, like baby training.
Yeah. I remember those too. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
and I
have them
believe, I
somewhere.
do believe that is what he used them for. Actually, dude, am I seeing like more than one plant per pot here? Am I crazy?
No, I think you're right. I think he's got 2 and he's training them away from each other.
Okay. At least 2 in this. I
2
don't know
in
if that's
that.
happening in all of them, but
Are those 2 joined at the bottom on that side?
it could be topped and then covered with soil. But yeah, I don't know why you would do that. So again, glad he's here. He'll be able to communicate all of this to us.
9-gallon XXLs.
And then a 5-gallon, right? 2 5-gallons. Oh,
It may also be.
oh, they're all the same
Yeah.
size.
I think it's because he's zoomed out, so you get a slightly like fisheye effect. So it like slightly stretches the sides.
Oh my
of the
gosh, yeah,
picture.
what a weird optical illusion. Now that you
It
mention
does make it look like it's way bigger than the other one, but they're the same.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
those
what's fun.
those reels come up on my Instagram, and you're like, look at these 2 circles. They're the same size. No, and you're like, what the fuck? How is that possible? No, it's a very clean setup, man. Again, enjoying just looking at this particular picture. Ooh, and this one too. What kind of light you got in that big tent there, man? The long bars on that one.
They are really long. They go the
I think it's
whole.
I think it's the view again.
You
The
think?
fisheye effect.
I was
It
gonna
has
say-
to be. Because it's gotta just be a 4x4.
It does fit
right?
perfectly in that 4x4 though. Like it goes all the
Yeah.
way to the edges.
No, this is a 4x4, and the one next to it's a 2x4, right?
Oh, he buried them deep. 1 plant in each.
1 plant in each.
I'm
Gotcha.
interested to know if
So
if you have
you topped them and then buried them deep. That's super interesting. Yeah, I've never seen people do that before. I mean, nothing wrong with it. Obviously, they look great.
they look thrilled about it.
Yeah. The effect comes across as like, yeah, 2 plants in that pot for sure. That's kind of cool, man. Kind of cool. No, like, so I've heard of people doing that with tomatoes, right? Very common thing people do with their tomatoes, because on tomatoes they have those little hairs, right? The hairs on all over the stalks and the shoots. Each one of those hairs can become a root if it touches soil. Is that like, can cannabis do that? Does
Yeah.
it just start growing? It just starts growing roots out of its stem, then, right?
Yes.
Dude, what the? Mind blown. I gotta start doing this. All right.
Yep, they absolutely
Holy shit.
will.
That's amazing, man. You got roots growing out of your stem into that that top layer of soil, man. That's cool. That's really cool.
That's one of the reasons why and this is going to be a totally random subject or topic, but you guys can check your trees. If you have trees, you want to make sure that the root flare is visible, because if your root flare is covered, then that soil and the moisture against the trunk of the tree will cause little roots to grow out into that soil. And then that root will circle the tree and can girdle it, and it can kill it and topple the tree. It's not a good idea. So root flare has to be exposed on trees, but not so much on plants like cannabis and tomato. You can absolutely take advantage of that. That's why, like, if you have a plant
Yeah.
too low in a pot, it's okay to just fill in soil. The plant will adjust. You
That
just
is, I never
It'll grow
considered
roots.
that. Like, of course it can. And of course, like, I've
because
heard
that's
people.
what clones do,
Yeah,
right?
of
That's
course it
exactly
can.
how cloning works.
Yeah, of course it can. Fucking of course it can. And that's why people do it with their tomatoes. You know, and like almost every skill you learn about cannabis or tomatoes are transferable. It's so funny. They're growing these two plants it's like surprisingly similar.
Yep.
How funny. All right, so back to
Does he say what he has in here?
yeah, right. So he's got a 4x4 and a 2x4. We were right about that. He's got a Mars FC 6500, the big brother to mine, which, yeah, so he's got like a 5x5 light crammed in a 4x4. That's great. Just like mine. It's like the footprint barely allows it to fit in the tent, right?
We are so lucky that LEDs run as cool as they do.
I know. Got to overspec your lights, though. I do appreciate that desire, and yeah, man, I'm sure it's gonna give you great results.
Because in your mind, you always go, well, what if I upgrade to a bigger tent? I'm going to need a bigger light. And I don't want to have to buy a whole nother light if I need to upgrade to another tent. But then it takes forever to actually buy the next tent. And then you end up buying another light for it anyway.
Truth. Just buy the light. And
Gosh,
you know,
those leaves are pretty.
they are, aren't they? And I don't see a single like deficiency going on here, dude. Like, so you have to tell us. Maybe he has. I'll have to check the chat. Maybe he's let us know. Let us know what kind of nutrition. You know, are you organic? Are you synthetic? Are you both? Because
Oh my gosh, he put the
damn,
rivets
they
in
look
his pot.
healthy.
Brilliant. Bravo. I think that's very smart. I wonder if I could do that with my
Yeah,
ear
that's
bottoms.
cool. Yeah, if you have a rivet driver, just easy enough, right? He says that was day 37 we just looked at. This is day 45. I noticed you had, so we'll have to take another look at, in your different tent, you had different lights. Though this is the bigger tent with that Mars Hydro light, why does it look blurple to me, dude? Is this when your light stopped working? You had issues with your light, didn't you? You had to play flip-flop.
Wow.
Yeah, look at the yo-yos all set up, like expecting that weight to come in. Yeah.
They are going to get chunky. There's going to be so much bud on those plants.
Definitely is. So, all right, he has 4 big XXLs, the Magnums, right? And he's not even using all 4 of them. Which is wise, honestly. Like, put less plants in bigger pots, I think, is the way to do it. We're on day 54 now. Yeah, man, what happened with that Mars Hydro? Why do I see blurple? He did say this run is organic. He's doing, which kind of surprises me, man. Not going to lie. I mean, they look super healthy.
Maybe it's just the color of the plant. Maybe she's just purple.
Maybe.
I don't know. That light spectrum does look slightly different on the walls of the tent.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I see it reflecting off the, or like at least part of the tent being lit by something other than that Mars Hydro right now. Yeah, I see it up there at the top. Yeah, but stop. See it? Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yep,
I remember.
driver went out.
I remember.
Yep, I remember that happening.
Yeah, I remember. Your driver went out. Blurple in the back. The TS 3000 coming in the front, both above. All right, so you had some backup lights, fortunately.
Always smart.
Very fortunate. It doesn't look like your plant's minded at all, which is cool information to have. Just about like a total shift in light spectrum, too. I mean, I could see it right away. I'm sure the plant's good, too. But they did not care. Hi, G3's cat.
That's Mushroom.
Hello.
I don't know what he wants. What are you doing,
Hello.
Shani?
Yeah, man, looking great. Super impressed with your organic run right now. Usually around, these are in the bulking phase for sure. You said this was day 61 here, and they are still very green, man.
Another fucking yo-yo.
I'm at least yeah, they're chunky too. Very chunky. So now this has me. All right, now I'm adding it all up. I think I'm seeing maybe a little bit of signs of nitrogen overload. Perhaps that is why they are so green at such a late phase in flower. Perhaps. You will have to let us know. Again, dude, what kind of nutrients are you using? How much are you using those worm castings in flower? I mean, blood meal. I saw that down to earth stuff. Because yeah, so this type of bud formation, although very cool, right? A little bit foxtaily, a little bit like blockheady looking, does also kind of track with that. Whoa, that's a weird one, dude. Super cool. Look at that. Looks like a sea anemone.
I'm not even sure how that physically
What strain
built
is
on
this, man?
itself like that.
What strain are you growing? He said he did use the castings. Did you use them in flower? Did you use them like maybe a little later than you should have? Somehow or another. Yeah, so I'm telling you how I see it, brother. Your plants look great. This is still going to smoke fantastic for you. Don't let anything I'm saying discourage you here. But for next run, you do want to watch your nitrogen use in flower. That one's cool too. Right, yeah. So as soon as I saw like day 61, and they're just like they're still that Ninja Turtle green, organics, right? Like so, yeah. That's I at least like to see a little bit of fade starting to come in. Again, dude, learning. We are all learning here, and I've done this myself, which is how I know. These are still going to
Can you
smoke
go
great
back
for you.
to not the group one, the one before that?
Which one?
That one.
This one.
It almost looks fasciated.
It kind of does. Yeah, that one super strange looking bud. Yeah, like it almost is like a
I
two
like
in
it.
one.
Like I really like that one. I
They're
like it when
awesome
they're
to
all
look at.
crazy. Yeah.
The types of like just almost bizarre formations that can form. Yeah, like this one.
I like that one too.
Yeah. It's like giving you the finger.
It's,
Very cool.
it's silly. I really like it.
Yeah. It's like, hi. Hi. And yeah, even he was saying it in the post, holy foxtailing Batman. Yeah, like you get those kind of smokestack type structures kind of piling up on top of one another. Yeah, man, just a little bit too much nitrogen. Maybe you use some of that down to earth blood meal, or a little too much of the worm castings could definitely potentially do that too. But these are
Wow.
again, they are going to smoke great, and they are going to be like, yeah, you're not going to notice the foxtailing once it's ground up in your jar.
I love foxtails for grinders, honestly. You guys know that I'm a sucker for genetic foxtails. I think they're so beautiful. And any foxtails at all fit between the teeth of a grinder like they were meant to be.
Yeah, no, you're right. They fit
Look
like a
at those.
glove. I know they're so
As
they're
if
so
cannabis
fun.
wasn't phallic enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, he
Right.
said he ran into like a long, like super high heat period in there where they were
Okay.
dealing with some
Okay.
crazy heat, which would definitely cause foxtailing.
Heat wave out. I see. We should have brought this up too. Yeah, a heat wave will contribute to some foxtailing too. I think you had multiple foxtailing factors kind of at the same time here, which is why you have some of the more fascinating foxtails
They're so
that I have
fun.
seen. Yeah, really. Now, like you mentioned genetic foxtailing G3 too, which I think is important to distinguish between what we're seeing here and something like a Thai genetic, which is known to do that if you find a land racy strain that you're growing. I'm just assuming this is not that, man. Like
Look at it, giving the peace sign. What's up?
no, these all look awesome too. Like
I
they're
love
not
this.
all doing that. Like the ones kind of further down on the plant do seem to be a little bit more natural looking bud shapes. Just typical foxtail stress. Nothing to
Look at
worry
how
about, dude.
fun that is. It's like almost Seussian.
Yeah, just enjoy the show is all you can say at this point. Enjoy the show, and if that's something like, you may end up getting like more weight too. Like we've had that debate before. Like, will foxtails increase my harvest weight? It might actually, but
That's an interesting thought. Would
might.
foxtails
It might.
increase overall
Very well
weight? 'Cause
could.
they're using more vertical space.
Yeah, the way they stack is able to like, yeah, more. Yeah, you're able to just build on top of a building already. So, yeah, dude. No, fantastic garden. Thank you for letting us break in. And again, nothing to worry about, dude. Like, you just perhaps a little bit less nitrogen, and I think it's a learning experience for everybody.
Honestly, you're going to have a million grows under your belt between now and however long you grow. And you'll remember this one.
Yeah,
It's
right.
almost more worth it.
Right. Well, one thing I will, I don't know if it's it might be a little like too late. Now, you can't really do a flush in organics, right? Like I wouldn't advise you flush at this point. There's nothing you can really flush. If you have anything at all other than water in your reservoir, just stop using that. You know what I mean? Stop using that. You could, well, no, you can't. You can't flush at this point. You have 9-gallon pots with like a fully grown cannabis plant in it. You know how fucking heavy that is? There's no way you're going to pick that up out of your tent. It is where it is now. And it's in a trellis too, if I'm not mistaken. So, or no, it's just using yo-yos and the grommets. It's a hard thing to move a heavy plant, is what I'm saying. So don't try it.
Yeah.
Don't try it.
Lift with your knees if you have to.
Or just don't. They're just like locked into place. Once they're there, they're there.
I mean, that is one of the downsides of organics, really.
Yeah, and using big pots, all that stuff. Like it's and trellising, yes. I mean, you are locked in place. But that's perhaps a discussion for a different show, G3. We're up above 2 hours.
Yikes.
We swear we don't want to do this to
We'll do
ourselves.
an hour. Well, I will do an hour show. It'll be an hour.
I know. We're just long-winded AF, and like,
Yep.
Don't know when to shut up.
The conversation is a flow, right? Like, if you're the type of person like me who finds it easy to listen to this type of content, consume it while you're at work or something, like it's just obviously more conversational, feels more natural, more like friends hanging out. It's a different type of listening experience, but you will find nuggets, real, genuine information in every episode. I swear.
And a lot of that is thanks to you guys, which is why we really appreciate having you guys here with us. Because
the chats
sometimes we don't
invaluable.
know everything. That's why it's a conversation, not a lecture. So thank you for joining us and sharing your knowledge with us. We really appreciate it.
That's right. Come be a part of the conversation and come hang out in the Discord. You are welcome. You can hit one of us up for the link if you don't have it. I'm copying it right now and I am pasting it in the chat. And hit one of us up if you haven't watched it live and don't have the link. Also, come watch a live show. Stay up for an hour. You don't have to stay up for the full 2 hours, but come be a part of the conversation. So it is, in fact, a two-way street. And, what else? What else, G3?
We got codes if you want to use them.
True. Yeah. Oh,
CC10 on Autopots, Cultivation on AC Infinity. I think
mentioned Autopots a lot tonight.
Yep.
Choose your system wisely.
Yep. Whatever you do, don't pay full price for stuff. I don't care if you use our code. Use a code. Don't pay full price. Canna tax is stupid.
Great advice. And most importantly, perhaps, whatever you do between now and next show, don't get caught.